In 1962, a cave explorer named Michel Ciffer started a series of experiments where he isolated himself underground for months without light or clocks. He attached himself to electrodes that monitored his vital signs and kept track of when he slept and ate. When Ciffer finally emerged, the results of his experiments revealed that his body had kept to a regular sleeping-waking cycle. Despite having no external cues, he fell asleep, woke up, and ate at fixed intervals. This became known as a circadian rhythm. Scientists later found these rhythms affect our hormone secretion, how our bodies process food, and even the effects of drugs on our bodies. Being able to sense time helps us do everything from waking and sleeping. We owe all these abilities to an interconnected system of timekeepers in our brains. It contains the equivalent of a stopwatch telling us how many seconds elapsed, a clock counting the hours of the day, and a calendar notifying us of the seasons. Each one is located in a different brain region. The suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN of the hypothalamus. Here's the basics of how we think it works based on fruit fly and mouse studies. Proteins known as CLK, or clock, accumulate in the SCN throughout the day. In addition to activating genes that tell us to stay awake, they make another protein called PER. When enough PER accumulates, it deactivates the gene that makes CLK, eventually making us fall asleep. Then, clock falls low, so PER concentrations also drop again, allowing CLK to rise, starting the cycle over. There are other proteins involved, but our day and night cycle may be driven in part by the seesaw effect between CLK by day and PER by night. For more precision, our SCNs also rely on external cues like light, food, noise, and temperature. For instance, as natural morning light filters into our eyes, it helps wake us up through the synaptic release of glutamate, a neurotransmitter. Traveling through the optic nerve to the SCN, it communicates what's happening in the outside world. The hypothalamus then halts the production of melatonin, a hormone that triggers sleep. At the same time, it increases the production of vasopressin and noradrenaline throughout the brain, which helps control our sleep cycles. In his cave, Ciffer made an additional discovery about this. Every day, he challenged himself to count up to 120 at the rate of 1 digit per second. Over time, instead of taking 2 minutes, it began taking him as long as 5. Life in the lonely, dark cave had warped Ciffer's own perception of time despite his brain's best efforts to keep him on track. This makes us wonder, what else influences our sense of time